That's a good one, Saint. Yeah, but I'm pretty much ready to go whenever. So yeah. Okay. So I guess we can just start time as soon as I click on this. So 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is the new Doom, just came out this year. It's a really good game, highly recommend playing it if you haven't. And it's going to start off with this cutscene I can't skip.
Without mercy, but you will be worse. Rip and tear until it is done.
Oh, don't worry, I've been practicing the glory kill skips. I think I've got a pretty good setup for them. Of course, I shouldn't have said that because now it's just going to be a mess. Alright, so here I am. I'm Doom Guy. I just woke up here, and there's these things. First bit of speed tech. Headshots are good. Headshots are good. And there I spam firing the pistol, because normally after you kill those three, there's an animation where you inspect it, but if you press the button before the animation happens, it just skips the whole thing. This is Olivia. I have to wait for a door to open. And I get my armor, and we get about a minute and a half long cutscene. Really exciting. Get a little bit of information. Fun fact, if you change your FOV during this cutscene, it kind of breaks. In a second here, we're going to get a little bit of dialogue from Mr. Samuel Hayden. He's going to tell us his opinion on resolving situations.
Determine the cause of the demonic invasion until the Resop satellite is brought back online.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of this facility. I think we can work together and resolve this problem in a way that benefits us both.
Alright, now I run down this hallway. Normally this is a tutorial about... out of the way. Normally this is a tutorial about glory kills. We don't really care. You just run past them. There's not a whole lot I can do to speed things up just yet. I'm just trying to clear this fight as fast as I can. But this fight is made up almost entirely of imps, and they do whatever they want. There's really no predicting them. Other than these first two, because they always spawn here. There you don't go. Over there. That was actually a pretty good fight. I'm just going to collect some stuff since I have to wait for a door to open. And since we just finished some Fallout runs, Vault-Tec made this door. There's Olivia again.
Cannot be allowed to leave this place. You will ruin everything.
I'm willing to take full responsibility for the horror.
Alright, so now I'm done with the tutorial. A little bit more dialogue and then things can start to get fast.
Our interest in their world was purely for the betterment of mankind. Everything has clearly gotten out of hand now, yes. But it was worth the risk, I assure you.
Yeah, Doom. And go fast here by landing on this so you don't get a hard fall. And enjoy some scenery on Mars. I'm gonna go down here. And, you know, this level's kind of boring. I think I'm just gonna play with this rail for a little bit. Rails are fun. Not enough height. Hi. That'll do it. Okay. Rails are fun. I just get a little bit of walking, do some out of bounds, enjoy the scenery a bit. Time my jump's just right at that part, I can keep some speed from that slope. Doom guy. Grab the ledge, thank you. I just get to walk over here and drop over here. And that's the end of that level. So the way that the rails work, as far as we know, is that there are two different planes on a rail. There's one that you can climb if you hit it from the side, and one that you can stand on. And if you happen to land on them just right, it'll kind of get you wedged in between the two, and with really high frame rates, it flings you out the other side really fast.
Hello, I am Vega, the sentient intelligence assigned to Mars.
And sometimes you shoot this body, it kind of freaks out and goes flying.
It appears that I can activate optional challenges that, when completed, will assist in upgrading your arsenal at an accelerated pace. I have added a tracking component to your dossier.
Alright, so now there's a doorway down here at the end of this hall. I want to go through it. The only problem is it's not actually a door. I'm just gonna do that. That was a door. I mean, it's not really a door, but it's kind of a door. There's a couple more imps. Let's just get them out of the way. That one didn't spawn. That's a little unusual. That also means this hallway is empty, so I have to wait for all of these to catch up. Actually hit two of them. Yeah, that's actually one of the hardest tricks in the game. Is that first door. It's kind of reliant on these guys' AI cooperating. Yeah, man. Let me get this barrel out of the way, because sometimes these things run into the barrels, the physics goes weird, and they kill themselves. And I kind of want them to live at least long enough to help me get through this door. This one is actually a door, though. It just won't open yet. I'm just going to do this again. There we go. Why can't I do this during normal runs? Yeah, that actually went a lot better than it normally does when I'm running the game. Alright, so now we're on the Foundry. For a long time in speedrunning this game, Foundry was the unbreakable level. Also, there's randomly armor there that doesn't exist. And this thing's just kind of through the window. Not sure how, but it is. Yeah, I am actually on PB pace with this. And, yeah, for a long time, Foundry was the unbreakable level. There was a bounty out for anyone who could find a way to do something useful to skip part of Foundry. And they did finally find something. Well, first things first, I'm gonna go over here. There's a fight in this room, I don't really want to do it. I'm just gonna jump up here. And these jumps are a little bit finicky because sometimes Doom Guy doesn't like to climb. There we go. I'm gonna reload this checkpoint. Skip the animation of picking up the blue key card, and it also despawns the fight in the room under me. Fortunately, I have to go back down there right away. So, a funny thing about checkpoints in this game, if you pick up any new items after a checkpoint and then reload that checkpoint, you'll keep the item. I'm going to go here and grab the rocket launcher and reload checkpoint. And now I'm back up here, and I have the rocket launcher. I want that guy out of the way, and I want these guys out of the way. Now I want to go through this door. It is also not actually a door. I want two of them. First try every time. Sometimes an extra imp will spawn in. It makes things kind of complicated, but... Okay, so this guy actually has no arms. That's a little awkward, but still got it. This is actually the easiest door to clip through. That skips most of the level. I am going to go for this newer skip, which skips the rest of the level. Pretty much only going to go for this one once. It wastes a lot of time if I miss it, so if I don't get it, I'm just going to do the fight. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Core temperature reaching critical levels.
So, if I was going to fail that skip, that's pretty much the best place, because it's not really costing me anything over my PB. Where did you come from? Alright, so I'm just gonna do this fight. It's not too bad. Okay, that fight actually went pretty well. I'm just gonna run around and grab a little bit of ammo, since I'm waiting for the door up top to open anyway.
The primary control room has been activated somewhere nearby. It could be Olivia.
Okay, so if I had gotten the full Foundry skip, it would have skipped that fight and this cutscene.
Olivia Pierce.
It saves about 40 seconds over doing it the normal way.
2.
She has locked me out, Dr. Hayden.
All power rerouted to Argent's energy tower.
She is trying to
Yeah, I got the weird thing where this cutscene's broken. Olivia's just going to do a bit of interpretive dance here. Definitely not supposed to be anything else on that screen there.
You could not have saved them anyway.
I kill these three, and now the door opens.
The system won't allow anyone but Olivia to...
I'm not sure why exactly, but yeah, all of the in-engine cutscenes just lock the frame rate to 60. I'm on the Argent facility. There are a couple of ways to do the skip on this level. I don't have a lot of practice with the newest one. I'll try it once, and if I don't get it, I'm just going to go the old way. I'm pretty comfortable with the old way. Okay, so, bought micro missiles in the last level, and we can get a little bit of a boost off of them. Okay. A little bit of a tricky setup. Something like this. Oh, didn't get where I needed to go, so I'm just going to go the old way. I am really short on ammo. A little bit extra right there. Really? This is the hardest part of this skip. Fortunately, missing it means that I do have to go and pick up that ammo again. There we go. I was going to jump at some stuff that's here, but not really here. I'm going to stand on a wall that's here, but not here. And this thing. Alright, edge forward. There we go. Jump up here. Get around this corner. Now the boost. Go. Alright, now I can see where I'm going again. Over here, jump on these things. And there we go. Normally that level you got a whole bunch of energy cells you're supposed to take apart. That's a lot of running around, it's a lot of fights that are mandatory, and it just takes a long time, don't really want to do it.
Primary access points to the tower were destroyed in the
We're on Argent Tower.
The pipeline is damaged but still intact.
And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to jump down here, and we'll do another little rail boost.
Traverse the pipeline.
Not like quite like that. The checkpoint's right here. Oh, come on. There we go. The first thing I'm going to do is go over here and grab this. It's an ammo upgrade. Normally you would get one of these in the UAC, but since I glory killed my way through that level, clipping through 2 doors, kind of skip that whole part. And then I get the rocket boots, and I can double jump. Which is really handy. I did that thing with the railing before. I'm gonna do it again. I'm just gonna hop right up here. Land right over here. I open this door, and magically I'm on the other side of the door, and it's Olivia again. Yeah, that was the entire level. And then these two revenants spawn in. First time we see revenants, I have to kill these two, and then the rest of the level is on a timer before it ends. But while that timer is on its countdown, I've got a bit of running around to do. You know, errands and things like that. A little bit of shopping. There's the countdown. Grab the invulnerability, jump down this thing that's supposed to kill me if I touch it. And I'm going to refill my ammo here. And I'm going to get this mega health down here. Get some dialogue that I was supposed to get before I saw Olivia at the top. And then I find this secret down here, which is the Gauss cannon. And now that I have this, the run starts to get interesting. Alright, so now we are going into hell for the first time.
He is here.
And I could be using the Gauss to get a little bit of boost and speed myself up here, but I kind of want to conserve ammo. Just in case. Grab this checkpoint also just in case. And this is a door. Normally I'm supposed to open it. I just jump up here. Hate it when my game does that. Not enough height. Really? There we go. I'm just going to jump on some invisible walls. In case you're wondering how high up the invisible walls on this level go, they go about this high up. And that wall's not solid. And here's the end of the level. Nice, now we're back on Mars. We're actually back at the Argent facility, only now it's destroyed. That's okay, we don't have to see a lot of it.
The Argent Tower is destroyed. The portal can no longer be closed from this side. The hell energy flows from a location in the world we call the Well.
Good thing I conserved on Gauss ammo. And just enough to do this part.
Only flesh and blood to walk between dimensions. So there may
And conveniently, they put a little bit more right here. And I'm going to jump across here. find a secret area that I'm supposed to get to from that side.
That's all for now.
There's another way to do this level. You can do a rail boost, but it's another one I don't have enough practice with to actually go for it. And then there's an ammo crate here I'm going to grab. And there's a fight over there. I don't really want to do that fight, so I'm just going to avoid the trigger for it to start. And conveniently, that trigger is also what locks the door there, so since I bypass it, you can just walk through the door. I grab a super shotgun here just because it's nice to have.
Access granted.
And I'm going to go to the end since I picked up the yellow key.
I am the head of this corporation. All your work and discoveries here belong to me. He was mine before you even found him.
I just gotta kill these guys. Anybody else? Seems to be it.
Tram line ready for departure. Please be seated. The tram is now ready to depart.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I can do anything about the sound.
Now approaching UAC Advanced Research Complex.
I don't think it's anything on my end unless it's the streaming software. But I didn't set anything. I didn't mess with any of that.
My office is on the second floor of this facility.
Welcome to the UAC, built on blood, sweat, and dreams.
Demonic presence cannot save them. Lockdown.
So now we're in the advanced research complex. Normally this is a pretty long level, and it's got a really lengthy cutscene with Samuel Hayden where you'd actually go into his office, and it's the only time you actually run into him during the game. But it's a long cutscene with a lot of dialogue, and you can't skip it. Yeah, I don't really feel like sitting through it, so I'm going to do this instead. I actually don't want him to have both arms, because I find, there we go, the clip to be a bit easier when they only have one arm. Also, you do have to make sure that the one you clip out with is the last one, or that right after you clip out you kill the rest of them. Otherwise the game will soft lock. Yeah, so now I'm outside. Normally you can't get here until after the cutscene with Hayden. That's his office right there. He's not in there. I just gotta do a little bit of climbing. And now I get the BFG. All totally intended. Nothing out of the ordinary going on here. And just for good measure, I'm going to reload this checkpoint. Just to be extra sure that the game doesn't soft lock. Because if it does soft lock here, you have to restart the mission.
Proceed to the Lazarus building. Demonic growth at level.
I just gotta wait for a little bit And I can press this button and move on. Hey, it didn't soft lock. If it had, this door wouldn't have opened. Also, Doom Guy doesn't like to climb things. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the quad damage. Grab the BFG, just clear some guys out. Oh, there's the summoner spawning in, so I can fire BFG again. Okay, he's not supposed to survive that. Okay, my last few runs I've had extra BFG after this fight, so I can fire off one more than usual. Then, where are they? Here they come. I get everybody? I did not get everybody. Okay, I'll fire another one. And there's always a shield guy left.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged. Alert. Lazarus service elevator now overloaded. Demonic presence at unsafe levels. Lockdown in effect.
Okay, and that's the end of that level.
Demonic presence eliminated. Lockdown disengaged.
It's this button. I know it's this button. I totally didn't forget that it's this button. Alright, so now we're heading into the Lazarus labs. There is a glory kill skip I can do here. It's another one I don't have a lot of practice with it, and besides that, the level's pretty interesting otherwise. So, I'm pretty much just going to go for it the normal way.
You'll find the Helix Stone.
Yeah, I'm just going to ride in this elevator for a little while.
Deep within this facility. Few have ever seen the stone. But
Enjoy the scenery.
to us for a reason. You might be able to see something in it we haven't.
I'm going to try not to get stuck on stuff by boosting. I guess I picked up those things. That's fine, I'm not going to use them. Conveniently, there's an ammo crate. And drop into this room, there's a big long fight. Unless you go through the door before it closes, and there's no fight.
Olivia activated the hell wave from somewhere inside this
Well,
facility.
you know, you say it's the slow way. I've gone for that clip before, and it's always cost me at least a minute.
I was wrong. She proved to be weaker.
Also, this way I get to buy siege mode. Siege mode is fun. I kill all the little guys in this hallway, and the door opens. Luckily you don't have to kill the Hell Knight. It's gonna chase me anyway. And this door's neat. I'm just gonna climb it and go out of bounds. And now for the most difficult skip in the entire game, I'm going to get out of this room without doing the fight by pressing this button through the panel. a fun fact about that panel, it looks like it exists. It doesn't exist. You can just press the button through it.
Kadun Masa Megnan.
Open that, press this button. I'm going to take this, upgrade my ammo, get back all of my ammo. Very convenient that this is here.
Please. We can overcome this. I promise. The gate will be open as planned.
I don't know why I keep turning around here. I know where I'm going. I hit this button. Alright, now for the most important part of the run. I have to go over here, where this little red thing is. Now open it. And I see my little friend there. I can't pick up as long as I'm jumping through this.
It is located in an uncharted region of the Titan's realm.
There we go. Gotta bring this guy. He's the good luck charm.
The only accumulator in this sector.
Now there's a bunch of dialogue in this room you can't skip. There's a fight at the end of it that you have to do to get the next area to open up. I'm just kind of stuck waiting for a little bit right now.
It will become unstable. The ruptured casing should cause a rift strong enough to send you back to their world.
You can rail boost off of these rails. Just difficult.
I uploaded to your suit. Retrieving the crucible is
Also pointless because you can't get anywhere.
no way of shutting down the well and closing the hell portal here on Mars.
Gonna be a lot of imps. I generally want them to spawn in groups close together so I can just take out a bunch of them all at once with rockets. There's a good one. There's 5 or 6 there. Use siege mode because that just kills them in one shot. Oh, not the BFG. Rocket launcher. Big guy spawned. No, he's the BFG. A little bit of ammo.
Demonic presence
There we go. That fight wasn't bad.
disengaged.
Now the floor opens up and I can move on. If I time my jumps right. That was not timing my jumps right. Never mind, forget I said anything. There's nothing fancy you can do here. This is one of the spots I like the super shotgun. Sometimes that guy's standing right in the doorway and blocking you. Hi, Pinky. Hi, Pinky. Alright, open this up.
LAZARUS wave at full charge, ready for activation.
Now I get to do the last skip in Lazarus.
On this
Supposed to drop down to the bottom of this room and then go through a portal into a room with another big fight.
our salvation
I
lies.
just kind of go up here instead.
I pulled you from that tomb in the Cadinger Sanctum for this reason. I knew she was weak. Our work isn't come without risks, and I released you from your
Yeah,
prison.
so there's the room that the fight would be in. Just gonna kind of walk around it.
I knew that in the event of a catastrophe, you'd be the only thing that could stop them.
I'm gonna go down here. Oh, that bad landing. That's unfortunate. It's going so well too.
Lazarus wave at full charge, ready for activation.
The course of mankind.
Alright, let's try this again.
On this day,
And do it right this time.
contribution to their cause. Our salvation lies with them.
I pulled you from that tomb in the Calendar Sanctum for this reason. I knew she was weak. Our work doesn't come without risks, and I released you from your prison to help mitigate those risks. I knew that in the event of a catastrophe, you'd be the only thing that could stop
Really unfortunate I messed it up there. That's right at the end of the skip and also the easiest part.
You will need to rip out
There we go.
the engine to
Got it
keep
this time.
powering the cyber demon, destabilizing the core.
Alright, so now I'm coming up to the Cyber Demon, which is the first boss of the run,
Crucible is in your possession.
and the first boss of the game. So you don't actually skip any of the bosses. I'll grab this BFG ammo on the way, on the door, and load checkpoint to skip the cutscene. And here he is, the Cyber Demon. The funny thing about the BFG, it deals damage to enemies every frame that it's on screen. And if you open the weapon wheel with a very high frame rate, it stays on screen long enough to kill the boss. Really hard fight. Now there's a second phase to it. The plan here is to do exactly the same thing. Yep, there was a Cyber Demon. There is a way to skip the second phase of the Cyber Demon fight. It's just extremely difficult and only saves a couple of seconds. But doing the fight that way is very consistent and really almost as fast. That was some good boosts. Also, I want to upgrade Siege Mode. Take out a couple of these, make the next part a little bit easier. I have to kill all of these enemies for the next door to open, but fast way to do that. Over here, got some extra BFG ammo left. I'm just gonna use that to kill everything. Hopefully that actually does kill everything, and it did. This is one of the hell levels. It's really long. Hey, I don't have any chainsaw ammo. That's fine. I'm just gonna jump up here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Totally intended. There's nothing unusual about this. And that's the end of that level. Yeah, and by the way, if anybody is keeping track of how many shots I fired in this run, I would love to know. I'd be very interested in knowing exactly how many shots I have fired in this run. I'm gonna get another ammo upgrade because that's going to refill my BFG ammo, which does max out at 3. What I'm gonna do, I'm just jump on this thing. And I need to actually get a boost off of the Gauss. There we go. You can just climb there, takes you right out. And nothing unusual. But, this is new. Alright, I've never seen that before. It's actually really bad because now I don't have BFG ammo. Might have been faster to just restart the level, but oh. I jump across here, over there to get a trigger that I just missed. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this boss fight a little bit slower than usual. Not too bad though. That's a good point. This is a very good reason to always get siege mode, because that's actually what's going to make this boss fight not terrible with less BFG ammo. There is a specific attack I really want him to do. Hopefully he will do it before I'm out of ammo. There it is. There's phase 1. This is actually not too much slower than it would be the normal way. I do only need 1 BFG shot for the second phase. I'll reload a checkpoint again, skip the cutscene. This phase I don't actually need to stun them for the BFG to deal damage. Since in this phase they don't get shields. I just need this one to stagger. Come on, there you go. And this is the longer animation. There's a chance that when you do this fight with the BFG weapon wheel thing, you'll get the shorter animation kill for both of them. But not something you can really rely on. Then there's these guys. I guess they're Doom Guy's friends. This is the only time we see them. Also, we now have the Crucible. That weird looking thing is called the Crucible. Whatever it does. I'm sure it's probably not important. Alright, so now I'm on Vega. A couple of new skips that have been found here. They don't save a lot of time, and they're actually fairly difficult. Or at least I haven't practiced them very much. One requires a pretty lengthy setup, so I'm not going to do that one. We'll see how the level goes. I'm gonna go over here, grab the secret BFG ammo, and pick up the only other doll that we pick up in the run. Unfortunately, any percent does not pick up the one that gives you the fist bump animation. That one's really nice, but it's pretty far out of the way. One of the other benefits to having siege mode fully upgraded. If that guy hadn't jumped away, I could have killed both of them with one shot. Well, this is the reason I picked up the other BFG shot, just to clear out the rest of this room. Doesn't always get everyone, but this time it did, so that's nice. Also pick up another one here.
My vital operating systems are now vulnerable. I recommend destroying.
Then I pick up the Berserk because it gives me a speed boost. There's a bunch of enemies here. I don't really care. Doom guy doesn't care about the little enemies. He only cares about the big demons. Hang on, come on. Now this is technically a secret area. Oh, so there's a Revenant there. It's okay, he's gone now. Want to be up there. There's a bit of walking here. In the old route, I would be using the Gauss to boost myself along and save some time here, but I want to conserve Gauss ammo for a new skip in the next level. Oop. Ooh. Don't go back in bounds. There we go. Nothing unusual here. Again, totally intended. You're supposed to do this. So there's an elevator that goes all the way up this, but it's faster to just jump.
Once Vega's core is destroyed, the vacuum of energy will pull you back through to hell. We have your destination set to the well's location. Now use the Crucible to power it down, and the portal here on Mars will be closed permanently. They will not allow access to the well without a fight. But I'm sure that's what you're looking for, isn't it?
So here's Vega. He's a big computer. We're gonna kill him. Okay, so the amount of Gauss ammo I have right now is pretty much overkill for what I need for the skip, so I'm gonna use a little bit, speed things up. Here we are killing Vega. The Doom guy has a heart though, he's gonna make him back up, take it with him. Rip Vega. No more Vega. He exploded, and he blew us straight back into hell. Thanks, Vega. That's okay though, we wanted to be here. I'm gonna go for this skip. Pretty good time save if I get it quickly. That was not getting it quickly. That's okay though, I have a lot of Gauss ammo to play around with. As you can just kind of jump up these. This is the hardest part of this skip because all of these rocks are very slippery. Come on. Yep. There we go. I gotta land here. And get up here. Okay, didn't overshoot. Walk on top of some invisible walls. Really glad to get this first try. Normally I keep going forward, but marathon strat, I'm gonna grab this checkpoint. Because if I mess up the next skip, I'd have to do that whole thing again. Alright, final skip right here, and then we get the final boss. Again, why don't I get this that nicely during my regular runs? That was a really good skip. And then I reload the checkpoint to skip the cutscene, and we get the Spider Mastermind. And in case you're wondering how we do this boss fight, it's just like the other boss fights. We do that. And we're going to BFG it to death. There's conveniently 2 extra BFG shots in this room. And I unfortunately did not get to skip the lightning phase. That's fine though. Yeah, almost dead. There's one last phase. Yeah, she's dead. And time is coming up as soon as the glory kill animation starts. And time. And just because... let's make the cutscene look good. Don't need to worry about my frame rate here. Alright, and that was Doom 2016. Yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Run went pretty alright.
It's over. You stopped the invasion and closed the portal. But it's come at a price. Argent, Vega, this entire operation. You see, I've watched you work.
Also, here's Samuel Hayden. This is the first time we actually see him in the speedrun.
You think the only way is to kill them all, leave nothing behind. And you may be right. But we can't just shut it all down. Without Argent energy, it will be worse. I don't expect you to agree. But with this, we can continue our work. I am not the villain in this story.
You know what this game was missing the whole time? Giant laser sword. I really could have used one of those.
Our time is up. I can't kill you, but I won't have you standing in our way.
Oh hey. Giant laser sword. Why couldn't I use that? I was carrying that around for half the game. Alright, I guess that's it for me. We have coming up next is the Mr. Dr. T Chops running Dishonored All Collectibles. That is a really cool run to see, and he's really good at it, so be sure to stick around for that.